Well, since we're still in sort of the early episodes, we're going to do another introduction of all the players and their characters. I am Hamasama-kun. I am the running the game. Meanwhile, we have our lovely person, Paul, running tech. But yeah, other than that, that's really my only role here. Moving on to Sam.
Howdy. I'm Sam, or Rather_VO on places like TikTok, Twitter, and I think that's really the only social medias I maintain at the moment. I am an academic, I am a writer, and today I am a Dungeons and Dragons player. And I'm just really excited to play the game. Today I'm going to be playing Liu Kang. How much more do I have to do you want me to introduce?
As much as you want. Would you like to give them your social security number as well, or?
Oh yeah, hold on, I have it right here.
Oh, perfect. If anybody wants to steal my identity, just putting that out there. That's the reward at 300 viewers. I just give you my information.
At 300 viewers, you get to take my college debt.
You get all the things I don't want.
Okay. Should I popcorn it?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Popcorn it to Lily.
Hi, I'm Lily, also known as Mother of Sad Boys on literally everything. And yeah, I play Akemi Kobayashi. Yeah, I don't. That's me. Hi.
That's all you need. Let's go.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm Rabu, also known as Red Rabu on everywhere, and I do mean everywhere. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm playing Shiwa. I am a cosplayer and an anime artist, so yeah, anime all the time, and we're here to play. We're here to steal stuff and things. Hopefully.
Hell yeah, we are.
Also things. Let's go.
Those are the ancient treasures, stuff and also things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, other than that, we have a few other things to get out of the way, I suppose. We got, we have a bunch of really cool stuff in the works, like a Patreon and a website and a YouTube and a Spotify and all that fun stuff. You can hopefully get more information about that by joining our Discord server in the little doobly-doo below. There's a little button for it, so that's always fun. Today's stream is somewhat special in the sense that at 50 viewers, I will put on a maid outfit and stream the rest of it wearing said maid outfit, which is funny because all the serious stuff comes later on in the session, so we're going to see how that goes. But
I think seriously,
I implore you to tell your friends.
Your energy.
I implore you to tell your friends about the stream, share the word, do all that fun stuff. And also, for this specific stream and possibly any others we happen to do, whatever proceeds we make from this specific stream will be going towards abortion funds. I believe also we will have a link in the chat probably for places you can donate directly if you don't want to bother with that, because a lot of this was done sort of last minute, but we are trying to do our best with the platform we are building.
Yeah. Given how rapidly things have changed in our political climate, we want to take a moment and pay homage to that fact by donating the proceeds, whatever donations and proceeds we receive today, to Planned Parenthood. And sometime along the way, our back-end editor will be sure to put that in with the bot as well, if you want to donate more directly to them.
Also, I will be putting a link in chat periodically for the National Abortion Federation, and they help people traveling and with funding and all of that, any travel related expenses for their abortion care. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in because donating to Planned Parenthood is good. Also, donating to help people get to those places safely and securely and legally is also important. So
awesome. With all that in mind, we have a very short disclaimer that we would like to read to all of you. This D&D series is, first and foremost, grounded in the representation and embrace of Asian voices in their diverse, multiplicitous, and honest forms. The world, characters, and stories we tell at this table are intended to contribute to that goal, and we hope that by joining us in this storytelling journey, you can grow your own worldview. More than anything else, the stories we tell here are renderings of our own experiences, which cannot be anything but authentic. They may not be wholly representative of any ephemeral concept of a race or culture, but they are ours. We hope that they will be contributions to the growing world of Asian voices in the fantasy genre. If you are interested in contributing to this very same goal, we encourage you not only to listen to our series here, but also to listen to other great series that spotlight Asian voices, as well as, the various modules that are released. So with all that in mind, we suggest this week The Islands of Sina Una, which is not a podcast, but rather a very interesting module that we did a lot of reading in and took some inspiration from. But with all that in mind, let's begin. Lightning crawls along darkened skies and strikes the earth in waves, echoing forever into the silence. Last time on Hot Asian D&D, 3 people heard the call of fate. 3 paths converged into one. Walking the line between daydreams and nightmares, Akemi Kobayashi took the stage, for in what sleep found her form, a creature haunts her still. But what scares her more, the threat of an approaching foe, or the memories of a life once lived? From worlds apart, Lu Duk Kong took the stage, a lone figure over the horizon, adrift in the hustle and bustle of life. It didn't take long for Kong to run into Keita, a pickpocket with a penchant for trouble, and what trouble he brought Kong. An associate of his late master was certainly a surprise. Lost in a sea of stories being told, Shiwa took the stage. As she gazed upon the city streets, the beacon of fate called her to witness visions of dark clouds and shattered skies, an omen of days to come. She met a masked figure who came seeking guidance, though she turned him away. The party converged at the Wuxing Festival, a week-long celebration in honor of the 4 heroes who did battle with a vicious monster thousands of years ago, ushering in an era of peace. Looking into it further, they learned about the fabled search for the 4th hero, who supposedly went missing during the battle. The people of Zhaosang now taking it upon themselves to identify the reincarnations of the 3 remaining heroes and send them out into the world to search for him. Perhaps one day, reuniting their family. The party renewed hope in a retired demon hunter, kick-started Stickbug's entertainment career, and helped a young boy who was being pursued as a thief. He introduced himself as Yuka and revealed that he was the descendant of a pirate queen named Sharana and needed to reclaim his family's stolen artifacts to restore their honor once more. From there, the party took it upon themselves to help the poor boy, and as the first day of the festival came to a close, the strings of fate guided them towards their impending destiny. The sun dips below the horizon. The wind is gentle and calm. In sparse patches, it smells like spices and wine. The world is silent as the 4 of you sit together, concealed from the world, enraptured in the quiet of this moment. What do you do?
Now, GM. You first.
All right. Yuka, do you have a way to get back to your father safely?
Kind of just looks over the, kind of like out toward the window down to the street. I mean, I guess. I spent a lot of the money that I had taking the train here. So I'm kind of stuck here for a bit.
Why are you smiling like that?
What?
Are you laughing at this poor boy?
No.
Exactly how far? Oh,
Don't go. Go.
exactly how far is your home, kid?
I live on the Crescent Island that surrounds the central city. I don't know if you'd consider that far. It's kind of a journey, I guess.
Far enough.
Far enough that I don't think you can make it back there in your current state, and not currently if you're being looked for. She's kind of like reaching over to his head and like pinches one of his fake horns. Like, why are you wearing these, by the way? It makes you not exactly conspicuous.
I mean, the short answer is I thought it looked cool. But kind of like adjusts the head buckle and like takes it off and just sort of like runs his thumb over it. A lot of this stuff belonged to my mom.
Oh.
Mm.
I think for now, if you're going to remain hidden, you should at least take it off so you can get home safely. And she's going to glance over to Akemi. It's like, do you think you can give this boy some money so he can take the train back?
Kemi, who's already started like rummaging.
Throughout this entire conversation, there's just like clink, 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 clink.
Just because she, again, is a little bit out of touch with how like the natural world works and how normal people work, but she does like take, I want to say like 3 gold pieces out, just in case.
Just in case. You never know.
And hands them to him along with some of the leftovers that she's had.
No. He's got to be fed too.
She's been holding on to. And just kind of like hands them all over to him.
He takes the coins and kind of gives like a double take at the satchel of food and just, thank you. He's like just staring at these 3 gold coins like it's the most money he's seen in his entire life.
It probably is, honestly.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Poor boys, literally.
I want to make clear, maybe a little poor. This is still a pretty exorbitant amount of money for like an average person. 3 gold is
You just
still a
handed
lot.
you handed this child like $300 basically.
It's
That'll
still a
definitely be
lot.
enough.
Like, I'm not gonna. Let's be clear.
He lives on the Crescent Isles. It's expensive. Also, food and lodging and safety.
He probably needs to see a proper doctor to get himself stitched up. I mean, he still has the arrows in
I
him.
get it. Listen. I this is not a critique of action. It's simply a framing of economic value. It's a lot.
He's a good doctor, not a crappy doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you get back, and when we find you, what's the best way we would do that?
It's kind of thinks for a moment. Well, I live in one of the bigger cities. You could probably ask around. Kind of like writes, like grabs like a loose bit of paper from one of the sliding doors, like just punches it out and just takes it.
That works, yeah.
Wow.
It's like an abandoned house. It's fine. As he
I have a
draws,
journal right here, sir.
he forgot. As he draws a symbol on the paper and hands it to you, it's this really like kind of shoddy looking thing. There's a image of like a what you can assume to probably be a branch of some kind and like blossoming flowers. He's not the best artist.
Mm.
Just look for the house with that symbol.
Right. Can do. Listen, I don't know how much longer we have safe here, so if things are getting quiet outside, and I'll take a moment to stand up and just peek outside, make sure there's not really any more commotion, no other cops looking for this kid. Things are quieting down. Should probably begin making your way.
Kind of like gazes out at the city streets. Just kind of brings you all in again and just gives you a big hug and leaves.
This poor baby.
GM, remind me, when we last met, did we get specifics for what the artifacts we're looking for are?
He told you that the items you're looking for are most likely going to be in a box emblazoned with the symbol that Shiwa copied down.
Right.
He let you know that that Lord Takeda, this warlord turned dignitary, is gifting them to the queen as part of the festival. Though he's not quite sure where they'll end up, he is fairly certain that they're most likely in the palace by now.
Once the kid is, a few meters out of sight, I turn back to the other two and kind of like squat down. All right. I pull off my hat. Either of y'all know how to break into a palace?
Well, not professionally, but I think we need to get in and figure out the layout before we can actually make an attempt to take anything. Because if we're just running around there blind, we're asking to get caught.
Akemi's sitting there with like a confused look on her face, just like, you guys don't just walk in?
Wait,
Akemi, we're not exactly a part of the royal court. They don't allow people of our stature to just walk in willy-nilly. It's not a public space. Although, she's like pondering, thinking about all the gold coin Akemi has always had. Someone might know you, maybe. Maybe you might be, and you just never knew.
Wait.
Akemi, do you know how important you are by any chance?
Kemi.
Huh?
Remind me, where are you from again?
I can't remember the name.
Okay, take your time.
Is that legitimately your in character?
Yes.
Right.
You ask Akemi this question, and all you hear is that dial-up sound where it's like, beep.
It's the Microsoft turning on noise.
Oh my god. behind Akemi's pupils, you can see like blue screen.
Oh no.
Right. Well, do you have any familiarity with these noble taps?
Yeah. My family used to interact with them all the time. It's not like I don't know people. I just don't know people.
Shiwa. I lean over to Shiwa. Yeah, do you know what that means?
Well, that can either mean she and her family did trades, or maybe she remembers Akemi as instruments. She could be an entertainer.
Oh, shit, yeah.
A little bit of both.
Well,
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
I mean,
A little bit of C.
All the above.
Kemi, do you think you could maneuver some of that, skill of yours towards getting us into the house somehow? At least to scope out the place.
Respectfully, I don't think you want to use my kind of skill.
What do you mean?
Shiwa wasn't here to see Akemi's bare shoulders, so I can't explain this to Kong.
My family did not deal in the most delicate of things with nobles. How I know them is not something that I feel like you are comfortable doing or engaging in. And respectfully, I don't want to have to put you through that.
She was like squinting at Akemi, trying to figure out what she means. She's like, "Oh, that's why you're always sleeping."
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm missing something.
She looks up at Kong. She's like, she's always in bed. Wink. She's like nudging him, literally like in the stomach, in bed, sleeping with.
Oh shit! Yeah, like I mean,
There it is.
we just gotta get in there, right?
You just gotta get in there.
Akemi, if your family has been known to entertain nobles and it's festival season, I think it would make sense for you to approach, maybe either ask for a tour, offer your services, and then you can look around, come back to us, let us know where you think these things might be stored. She takes Stickbug from her shoulder and is like, he can hide with you and he can run around. Go into some locked rooms.
I feel like we're really overestimating the strength of a little bug.
I don't think you know how capable Stickbug is. He made
You just watch a
5 gold
Stickbug is
today.
like with all of his arms, just here.
If he can make 5 gold coin today, I think he can get around a palace unseen, considering he is literally born to be in disguise.
I would kill for
What?
you.
We're not asking you to do that, Stickbug. It's okay.
I look down at Stickbug. I look up at Shiwa. I look down at Stickbug. I look up at Shiwa. I just don't want the little fella getting hurt.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's oddly resilient. Aren't you, fella?
Well,
I am strong.
That's right.
I kind of crouch down to Shiwa level and kind of like scratch at Stickbug's chin? Question mark.
Whatever constitutes a chin on a bug, I guess. Yeah, all right.
Well, now, don't you get hurt out there.
I'm sorry, is Akemi just getting, like, voluntold to
Yep.
go?
We are volunteering Akemi for this recon.
I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like if I went in there, I'd stick out like a sore thumb.
As would I.
If you know these kind of folk, then at least you'd be able to fit in with them a bit better than we would. If you need hired help to walk around with you, then might be able to sneak us in. Might be able to sneak us in by your side, but
I would like that very much to not have to go in by myself.
Right. Well, just I guess that wouldn't be too weird. Yes.
Yes.
You alright?
This is already off to such a great start. I love this.
I think the one with like a noble-ish background going in with the others acting as bodyguard is like classic heist trope.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Classic heist trope.
It's
Going in this Ocean's 11 style.
Everybody has color-coordinated suits. They all walk in, sunglasses.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should all look like we belong in the same group.
I don't know how to tell both of you that I can't buy new clothes.
You're asking me to buy new clothes.
I will buy you new clothes.
Kong, I don't know if you've noticed, but Akemi is sort of a walking purse. In many contexts at this point now that I'm realizing that I've said
noticed.
Oh my god.
I've noticed. Wow.
Akemi's like, okay, right, so we should probably get started on going. Also, Chris, can I run a history check? Because Akemi is from the same
name of the place
country.
you can't remember.
Absolutely, go for it. This is on the Lord, I assume?
Yeah. Or
Go
just
for it.
anyone in the castle in general, if she would.
Anyone in the castle. Go for it.
That is a natural 20 plus 3.
Jesus
Let's go.
Christ!
First roll of the game.
This is the
That's how we
Akemi
do it.
episode. All right, so with a natural 20
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
plus 3, you know what? I'll tell you what.
She may be stupid, but she has wisdom.
As a sort of base to go off of, Lord Takeda is this incredibly affluent dignitary. He was once a warlord who conquered vast parcels of land back in Kumori during different warring periods. He has since retired, taken on more of a dignitorial role. But one thing you know for certain is that he fucking loves to party.
Oh.
With your natural 20, though, I will give you this. You can make up any NPC who exists in the castle. They aren't higher up, but you do know them.
Awesome.
That is what you get with your natural 20.
Nice.
That is what I get with my natural 20. Alright.
Alright, team, let's roll out to the palace, I guess. Hopefully things have calmed down after the rhino beetle stampede.
They have managed to herd them off the street, more or less. And the festival's kind of gone back on to what it was originally before that event. It is nighttime, so if you'd like to rest or if you're just going in, that's completely up to you.
Would we like to take a short rest? Team.
Kong did take a few hits from Yuka, so
Good.
he probably needs a cat nap.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little shit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, let's.
Y'all can't laugh at every single thing I say.
We can though, if we want.
It's just so funny to hear you curse like that.
That was the whole basis for this project, just to watch Sam curse.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I could use a rest.
Will you be doing long or short? Because you've been up for the entirety of this day. So
Right, we're entering into the night. I suppose the real question is, do we want to like see what is going on at the palace at night first? You know, maybe they're doing some sort of evening event that we could make our way into.
I think it would also make sense for a lady of the night to, you know, be there at night.
Respectfully.
With the utmost
Yes.
respect, yeah. It
With
would make
the
more
utmost
sense.
respect, they are not ladies of the night. Excuse you.
True. This is true. Though I'm sure you could shoulder your way in regardless of the time.
Fair. They are not ladies of the night, they are entertainers, and entertainers come whenever they come.
Exactly.
yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Though if they are having an evening event,
True.
then
If they
I
are.
think it makes. I think it's plausible that that Akemi could convince
So-
someone to let us in.
Yeah, I mean, like, so realistically speaking, like, they're having a celebration soon, I'm assuming, for
Big
The-
festival.
the Lord to, like, give these things to the queen, so that would make sense. Maybe we should leave and go see if anyone knows about anything that's going on at the palace tonight.
Yeah.
Let's go do that then.
All right.
And we take an hour to rest first, though, because I do have wounds that do need bandaging.
We can do that.
I take a power nap.
Nice little power nap.
I would love to take a moment and lie down and bandage the strangle wounds.
Are we, Chris, for recovery, are we doing reset HP during this rest?
This would just be a short rest.
Right, but are we doing automatically apply healing with dice result?
I have no idea what the difference is. All I know is for short rest, you can use your hit dice to heal.
Yeah.
Then that one.
Are you asking whether to use the fixed averages or the dice
roll? Oh, up to you.
Listen, I'm here to set myself up for failure. So I'm going to roll
yes, I love it. One health, let's go.
1d10. And that will be a 6. Hey!
Hey!
Nice!
We take those. I am
This
at
is a good
full
rolling
again.
day.
I am
Hell
at full
yes.
again.
Let's go.
Listen, this boy's got nothing but beef. And he
That's
needs
strong beef.
as much of it as he can get.
We've reconstituted the beef.
Yes.
Damn it.
This is truly a magical game, and I'm glad we could share this all with you. So
what happens?
After your rest, you head towards the palace? Or are you looking for somebody who knows their way around?
So, I believe it is we are looking for someone, basically anyone in the town, to see if there isn't something going on in the palace tonight.
You just grab a random person off the street?
I'm looking for flyers and whatnot.
Okay.
Don't like the sound of that.
So for this random roll, the sky is dark, and the city comes alive. Flashes of neon light paint the street a myriad of different hues. The nightlife of Zhao Sang is in a league of its own. You watch as groups of fishermen laugh and drink, telling tales of days gone by. Gaming dens open their doors, the flash and rattle of 1,000 games acting as a siren song to the many people wandering the street. And amongst all of this, the one person you come across is Kata.
Of course. How did I know?
Who is currently pickpocketing a drunk man. It's just carefully.
Can we see him doing this?
Oh, absolutely. He's not even trying to stay hidden at this point. He's just carefully.
Can I just whap the end of my tail around his wrist like catching him red-handed?
Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. He looks over. Best friends! How are you?
Oh, so much better now. What you got there, Kata?
Oh, just, my daily allowance.
Mm-hmm. Yours?
No, it's mine now.
Real quick.
Can this person, not hear that he's saying this? Right
oh, no, the drunk man has, completely just fallen asleep on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Looking at the drunk dude, just getting a read, what are they wearing?
Are you gonna rob this man?
Oh my God.
You see, the drunk man on the side of the road is, for lack of a better term, kind of like in the middle class. There are definitely some fine adornments, but the clothing itself remains rather simple. You can see the hair, bits and strands are kind of falling out of place, but is mostly kept in this tight bun. The figure is a Triton. You can see sort of the gills, the bit of fishy fins, scales. So he's just kind of completely asleep. And Kata's just kind of taking gold after gold,
God.
These are going towards my college fund.
She's just twisting her arm behind his back at this point. Stop that.
Okay, all right.
Kata, I imagine you've got to have better targets in the city than, well, this fella.
I mean,
Literal
define
fish in
better.
a barrel.
If we're talking
we
social
see the
hierarchy,
castle?
I'm on the bottom.
Can we see the castle from here?
Yeah, it's like this huge complex. You can see these like incredibly large walls that circle the upper districts, and then a
Yeah.
second set that circles the palace itself.
From what we understand, the Lord is going to be in this castle, right?
Yes.
I kind of nod my head towards the castle. Well, what if we could offer you a better target?
Define better.
Make what you got in your hand there look like pennies.
Kong, you can't be serious.
Kind of like gets in real close to you, Kong, and like whispers, are we robbing a Kemi? Is that what we're doing?
Friend,
Look, I'm not against the idea. It's just...
I look at it, I look at him. Friend, I think you just gotta ask nastily for that one.
Is that how that works? Hey, Kemi, can I have 5 gold pieces?
Kemi just looks down at Kata. No.
What the fuck? You told me that was gonna work.
No, I said nicely, and I feel like that was pretty impolite.
Yeah, I have to agree with him.
Kemi, dearest, flower of the northern winds, can I have 5 gold pieces?
I would like to note that Kemi does not like Kata.
No, 100% sure. Go for it.
So she just looks down at him, flicks him.
Okay, all right. I get the point. Anyway, better target. Go on.
We're interested in seeing if we can get a foot in the door of the castle. Was wondering if you knew anything about that.
Well, what's it to you?
Is my tail still on his arm?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna twist it up again. Just like, how
Ha!
do you just tell us, since you've inconvenienced poor Kong today already?
Make an intimidation.
Do I really need to, though?
I just want to hear the number that comes out of your mouth.
I got a 19 plus 7.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Come on! Chris, I'm
Kata,
mourning
like,
for you. I am mourning
I
for
no,
you, friend.
this is my life now. As he just okay, all right, yeah, all right. Please don't hurt me. I bruise easy. The word on the street is they are having a big a party of sorts. Invitation only. I think most of the dignitaries are going there. They're all schmoozing and other words that mean associating with each other. My theory is you wouldn't even really be able to get in the door, much less probably the wall outside of the district, because with that you need a whole bunch of stuff. You need a day pass if you look as you do. Not saying you're poor, just saying you're about the same economic level as me. Except for her.
Except
We all look at Akemi.
We all look at Kemi.
Kemi's just eating the snack, not paying attention at all.
Oh my god.
Sure wish Tadano was here. She could definitely get us in. She always knows somebody.
Well, fortunately, we're all we got right now.
Kemi's
Would you
just
know
like,
anyone who...
Oh, sorry.
You go.
I was gonna say, Kemi's just like, let's just go.
Actually, if anybody would have a day pass, it would be somebody who's had sticky fingers all day, wouldn't he? You wouldn't have happened to find one today while you were paying yourself, would you?
I mean, what is a day pass if not a a social construct, really. Something
Yeah.
that I have like 4 of them.
And I know you bruise so easily, but don't forget that I could break you even easier.
Yes. Scary mommy Shiwa.
He kind of just doesn't break eye contact, takes out 3 day passes from his coat, and just gives it to you.
That's a good boy. She
Please
finally
don't
lets
hurt
him
me.
go.
Honestly, you're all a bunch of brutes.
And yet you love doing business with us, don't you, bestie?
Yeah, bestie. You know, usually those involve inviting me to nice dinners or not threatening me in the middle of the street, but, you know, it's a different kind of relationship is what we have.
You're alive, aren't you? And I didn't break your arm.
That is true. This
Beautiful
is my
night to
stealing arm.
behold. She's
Yeah.
gonna hand one of the passes to Kong, and Kemi's like, well, another step done.
Another step done. I take it that we're about to begin making our way to the castle.
Yes.
We got our passes, so.
As we begin leaving, I turn around, jog back, pull out a silver, and give it to the lad.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Really?
Con.
Dinner's expensive around here, I get it. And then I jog back.
In a strange moment of sincerity and vulnerability, Kata bows to you as you leave.
Aw.
And
Dinner's expensive around here, I get it.
it's a hard life here in the city. Anyway, for the sake of expediency, you get past the first wall, the Ephesian wall. You do note that the hot centaur is on duty.
Hey.
Whether or not you choose to interact is up to you, but as you pass through the gate, within this large crowd of merchants and nobles returning to their homes for the day or the night, you eventually make your way to the palace itself. You see this huge gilded fence almost guarded by various skilled guards, each positioned at different points. As you approach, they kind of look over. Do you have business at the palace?
Gonna push Akemi to the front of our group. As a matter of fact, we do. Have you heard of our wonderful entertaintress right here, Miss Akemi Kobayashi? She's here to offer her services to Her Royal Majesty during the ceremonial exchange of gifts from the Lord Noble Takeda. Or, that was his name, right?
Up to you. Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Kemi kind of turns around to Shiwa and just goes, entertaintress is not a word.
It is tonight. Go with it.
That's nice and all, but the entering in the palace is invite only. Do you have your papers?
Kind of like she pats herself down. She's like, oh, I must have left it back home. Is it absolutely necessary? Don't you have a list or something where you can check? I'm sure we're on that list somewhere.
Make a deception check.
Let's see, that is 10 plus 5, so 15.
15. If you left your papers at your house, then you can feel free to go back home and grab them. Obviously, the party is not starting, at least for perhaps maybe another hour or so.
Oh, it's so far away, sir. It would be the next day by the time I manage to go back and come back here. And
you live that far away?
Yes, we've traveled very far to come to Her Highness's festival.
Kemi just takes a deep sigh and just like bows very deeply and is like, please, I am the eldest daughter in my family. It would be a great shame to return home without having fulfilled my duty. If you would please be so kind as to overlook this we would be eternally grateful.
Make a persuasion or deception. This is really up to you.
We'll roll for persuasion.
Go for it.
That is 17.
17 total?
Mhm.
You watch as the guard that you had, I don't want to say seduced, but got the eye of earlier on in the day, kind of walks over and just like elbows the guard giving you problems and just, look, what are they gonna do? Like, really, just let him in. Give him a break. And he's like, they look over. Is that what you're doing?
Up at Kemi's bare shoulders. Wow.
It's the guard in front. No, please go on. Yes.
No, I'm just standing here trying to look as innocent as possible.
Just like a bodyguard. Just look solid.
The two of the guards kind of look towards your group and just, the first one. I understand the troubles of being the firstborn. I had originally wanted to be a painter, but I got a job here. But as he kind of like opens the gate, enjoy the party, as they both bow.
Thank you so much. We won't forget your kindness. And she kind of like ushers the both of them in quickly before they change their mind.
Kemi's just bowing like continuously as she walks by. Just thank you.
Thank you. I will make sure her body is guarded.
Damn it,
They just look over at you with like, oh, all right then. As the gate closes behind you and you are let out into the front terrace area, you can see this fine, smooth stone layered, all these various tiled rooftops, this really nice garden with various blossoming trees to either side of you. You can assume to be servant lodging, and then straight up towards the very back is the palace, the Lugong Palace. You can see depictions of dragons, heroes, all sort of statues that adorn the outside, these vast pillars of lacquered wood, really finely made doors. There are a handful of sparse patches of people, each of which are sort of caught up in their own day-to-day or night-to-night business. Everybody make me a perception check.
that is a nat 20 plus 3.
How are you rolling? There are other numbers.
I got 6, so, balances out.
I also got 6.
Wow, our eyes are closed.
Oh my god.
Or no, make that a 7.
Oh, that makes all the difference. You actually see past the veil of reality and right into my DM notes.
I'm pushing the two of them, so I can't see over Kong's massive body.
You know what? That roll makes sense for what you're doing.
Akemi, you see a handful of things.
Okay.
Off to the side, this very finely dressed purple tiefling, very nicely curved horns that kind of go up and sort of to the side. Just dressed in the finest silks, this sort of flowing robe and a crown adorning his very finely made hair as he walks by with a handful of attendants. Though the most important thing that you spot is Lord Takeda standing beneath one of the trees alongside a handful of attendants and just a few, the word escapes me, but prostitutes.
They're called courtesans.
Courtesans. There we go. That's the word. My apologies.
Women.
There's a very specific word. Well, funny enough, it is a mix of men and women who are
sexy
there.
Folk.
There are sexy folk with him beneath this tree.
His harem.
These are all great words that I should have used, but I didn't, so.
You're doing your best.
I see. Does anyone else see this, or nobody else sees this?
No, I can't see.
Nobody
over
else
Kong,
sees
apparently.
it.
I am really fascinated with the lacquered wood. I lean down to
I'm
Shiwa.
trying to push Kong forward while
I
he's staring at wood, I guess. My
I lean
face
back
in
and
his
point at
back.
the wood and think, I
Actually,
think that's mahogany.
Chris, can I do a history check to see if I know any of the what chat is describing as hot bods?
I'm gonna say with the natural 20 you got earlier, you do recognize one of them.
Okay.
Let me just go into my notes real fast. There is a girl you remember to be named Emiko. She more or less hails from the same province that you do. She's dressed in this really finely made kimono. She kind of like dotes on this lord, most likely as his sort of like favorite in a way. She kind of like looks over and meets your eye and kind of like cocks her head and goes back to what she's doing.
Akemi being Akemi, who has really no regard for because of who she is, she's just used to interjecting herself into situations such as these. So Akemi's going to walk over and very politely bow and then taps Emiko on the shoulder and
Kind of.
he just goes, I didn't know you were here.
I wasn't aware that you were here either. Why are you here?
Mother and father sent me. I haven't seen you in so long. How have you been? As Akemi's just trying to drum up a distraction.
I've been good. Been traveling the world alongside, as she kind of like motions over to Lord Takeda. I'm sure you must recognize him. He was rather affluent in our district, as he kind of like, or she beckons him over. It's like, kind of gets like lost in your eyes a little bit. It's just like, it's lovely to meet you.
Akemi bows very deeply and is just like, it's very lovely to meet you, my lord. How are you this festival season? I'm so bad at this.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thanks.
Doing fine. A personal guest of the sovereign. You can see now. Emiko is a Kalishtar, similar to you. Like long, dark hair, those sort of ghostly white eyes. And Lord Takeda is a Goliath. You can see sort of hairless, various tattoos, this sort of like stone gray skin. So he's wearing like kind of a mix of armor and fine clothing. You see the silks beneath these like leather plates. Just, well, kind of like bows and goes back to his conversation.
Cool. Akemi's gonna bow back and turn back to the party and pulls everybody away so they can figure out a plan.
Is that the guy? Is that the one that has the one that's giving the items to the queen?
That would be Lord Takeda, yes.
Well, if he's here.
We both literally said the same thing.
Yeah, we literally said the same. You go first.
He's here. Then that either means he still has the items in his possession nearby, or they've already put it somewhere within the palace vault. Just kind of looking at Akemi. I don't know if there's a subtle way to ask.
Y'all think that there's maybe some sort of back room around here we might be able to find that sort of stuff at? Or maybe in his private quarters?
You're a bus. Sorry.
That would be me as the trash is collected outside.
Oh, and you're not out there.
Oh!
A meteor falls from the sky and kills Shiwa. Oh no, what? Oh man, how could have this been avoided?
I'm so sorry. It was too easy.
Wow.
Man, I just
Anyway.
live here.
What?
Literally just trying to live my life.
I'm just here to run a game, that's all. I played the bus. Yeah, for everyone in chat, I definitely played a bus stopping noise. That was it was thematically appropriate.
Alright, back to it. I mean, maybe it wouldn't do us any good to ask directly to see the artifacts, but maybe we can try and see if we can see his private quarters, or even pull him back there on his own and
Dang, Kong.
Akemi turns, just looks at Kong and goes, respectfully, with that many courtesans around and that many people encircling him, I don't believe that it's going to be easy to get him back. I think the best move right now would be to search as quickly and as quietly as possible around the castle first.
I don't think they're just gonna let us roam around the castle individually on our own. So we either need to provide a distraction to keep everybody out here while someone goes inside.
We do have Stickbug.
Stickbug, are you well rested?
I am plagued by walking nightmares every moment of my life.
What the?
Stickbug,
Yes.
that's not what I asked.
Yeah, no, what? What are we? I'm ready to go. Who am I killing?
Right. No. Not killing
Is it
anybody.
this guy?
No,
I'll fuck his
Stickbug.
ass up.
She's like she's gonna pinch him underneath where like his first two legs
what
are, like
I'm
where his
saying.
armpits would be. Settle down. Listen to what I'm saying.
Chris.
Understood.
You are going to put on the best show you've ever done in your life. Like, this is the last performance you will ever have. Keep everybody.
Am I gonna die?
No. We will come back for you. I just need you to put on the best show of your life so everybody stays here and no one will notice that we've snuck off. Can you do that?
I can certainly try.
All right. No butt flames, though. I know that's a showstopper, but no butt flames.
Gonna save that for like the end. Like that's like it gets everybody.
The finale.
Yeah, the finale.
Save that for when we come back. All right.
Got it.
But you'll set the castle on fire. Backer's real flammable.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
And I point at the mahogany walls.
We won't put him near a wall, Kong.
Mahogany.
Akemi's just like, direct your butt flames away.
Direct them to
Away.
upwards, like fireworks.
Butt fireworks.
Yes, there we go.
But fireworks. All right. You watch as Stickbug departs to give the best performance of his life. The stage is set. The heist begins. And we will catch you all next episode.
The butt flames start soon.
No! The butt flames are last!
We conclude with the Butt Flame Chronicles.
It's time
Wild.
for butt. It's time for flames. It's time for butt flames.
Jesus Christ. This is not the role I thought Stickbug would have for this heist, but you know what?
That seems to be the direction we're going.
Alright.
Wild. Who's ready to sneak around a castle? I'm not.
Do we want to go straight into hot talk?
Or do we want
Anybody
to
need
take
a break?
break?
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll
Yeah,
We'll take a quick
jump
break,
in a
and
bit
we'll be
of,
back with Hot Talk.
Conversation. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hot Talk, everybody. This is our sort of after game post show where we just sort of discuss the events of this session, answer any questions you may have, and do all the important announcements that I forgot to do in the beginning, like the schedule. Before we start, we are going to be releasing a new episode or streaming a new episode on the 16th. These Hot Asian D&D will be releasing on a bi-weekly basis. Next episode is the 16th. After that, the 30th, so on and so forth in perpetuity until either I die or we end the campaign.
Yes.
That is the big thing. You can get all these updates by following our Twitter or joining the Discord server.
We have settled
Awesome.
12:30 PST, I believe.
Yes, we will be
Instead of
doing
12,
these
yeah.
12:30 PST.
12:30 PST turns into 3:30 EST.
And
What is that
2:30
in
Central Time.
2:30 Central Time? What is that in Hawaiian time? I don't remember.
9:30.
9:30
Whoa.
Hawaiian.
Early.
Team, who doesn't love a heist? I love heists.
Hold on, Sam. We still have more announcements.
Oh, we have more?
We do.
Sorry, I'm just so
I
excited.
thought we
Just
covered
so
it.
ready.
Oh, this
I'm
is
sorry,
why
I'm
we
just
have
so
Lily.
excited.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
More announcements?
Continue.
More announcements. So for everybody who is here, we will be putting up a Patreon and a YouTube account here very shortly. I don't know if everyone was watching the Twitter, but that's a couple of the things that we've been working on. We are also trying to work on getting a cast Ko-fi account. Because we all be loving either Ko-fi or tea. And again, the link for any and all of the donations that you guys would like to make to the National Abortion Foundation is in the chat currently. So you guys can, go over there because we do be loving to make sure that people get things safe, secure, and legal.
Yes.
Also, we should be putting up lore stuff in the Discord soon, so you guys can actually see what the world is, some of the things that we have created, some of the things we've put together, all of that stuff. We had to delete it because
It was
it was in
editable.
there.
We all tune back into the lore doc, find that somebody just left a big photo of Chungus and nothing else, and we move on with our lives from there.
Crumbs, I should have told you sooner. No, it's okay. I actually figured it out and I was like, hey, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not
Could've gotten
smart.
deleted.
I just play game. I don't know how to do anything else.
That kind of stuff is going to be put in there as well. I also believe, Chris, we have a map.
We do have a map, which I should... It is a very large file. I need to find somewhere to put it.
Can you compress it? Or is it
I mean, I
compressed
might be able to
easily?
save, like, a smaller version of it.
I see.
If you... Yeah. We have a map. This is our
There's
map.
the map.
Look at that. It's a beautiful map. Look, I worked so hard on this.
Good
You-
job,
Now,
Chris.
Really did.
real quick, Chris, remind us for our viewers, where are we in the map right now?
You are in the central island of Shijat. The city itself is known as Jiaosang, and then the Crescent Isles are that sort of moon-shaped mass surrounding the city.
Awesome. Now, not all of our characters come from Shijat, clearly. We come from rather disparate parts of the world. Kong specifically comes from Daewoo, which is in the southern part of the map that you saw earlier.
I believe Akemi comes from Kumori, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Which is the nation of the gods. That is where the gods reside.
Nice. Shiwa has no homeland, and she will not disclose why.
What are you, a cop?
She's a criminal.
She might be. Just know,
Shiwa has committed so many crimes.
She's very ashamed of her family. That's as much as she's willing to say to people.
Also, would like to point out, because this question was asked in the Discord by our very lovely Rhetoric. All of the nations here that you see in this campaign are nations that are reminiscent or inspired by nations, Asian nations here in the world that we currently live in this reality.
In real life?
That was like a really roundabout way to get to Earth.
Here in the world that we are currently residing as of right now.
Yeah.
For today.
All of these mythologies and fantasies that we are working with and playing with are drawn from these very real mythologies. Some of which are really broadly known, some of which are a little bit more niche, all of which are, I think, as I think we all think, quite important. And as we play through these stories, I don't know, I'm really eager to just kind of share them with all of our viewers and with each other, right? Because, like, we aren't entirely familiar with each other's cultures, and we all bring different stories to the table. And seeing those stories come to life and interact is always just really cool.
I'm so keen to see how you guys are going to get through this.
I love heists. Heists are so cool, just because, like, so much of heist stories is just interesting problem solving that is based in, like, character identity, right? The way that it creates necessarily different roles in a group is just really fun. I think that's awesome. I think that's super.
First problem being none of us are rogues.
None of us are rogues. I love that, actually. I love the fact that, like, we are forced to deal with such specific limitations based on our characters, right? Like, what do we have to confront because our characters are not rogues, right? Or are not traditionally heist people. And I think that's cool. I just think that's neat.
Madrino is asking about the cultural influences of the culture on the racial appearances of people in the campaign, specifically tieflings. Do some tieflings look a bit more like Oni? The answer, in short, is yes. Depending on the region they're from, they can take on the appearances of demons that are more specific to that region. Like, if you were to talk to, like, one from Komori, then they would most likely have more Oni-like features. If you go to some other segment of the world, nondescript, they could look like really any assortment of monster or demon.
Yeah. So, like, you see these kind of regional differences based on, like, geography, I'm sure, or adaptation to, you know, quote unquote, the land, topography, things like that.
Yeah.
Cool. As far as Shijat goes, Chris, what was some of the cultural inspirations for Shijat, this land that we're in right now?
It's a mix of sort of my own experience here on the island of Hawaii. The sort of basis I believe went off of when making it was kind of like, at least the way I view it, as a sort of like America in a way, or just sort of like this hodgepodge, this like melding pot of all these various cultures that are so far disconnected from like their main nations they're from that it sort of takes on its own identity, and you have these people who sort of go through the motions or try to hold on to that cultural identity despite being so far away.
Right. So we're kind of getting at this almost diasporic identity or diasporic character to the nation. That's really neat. Yeah, all of our characters kind of coming from these different backgrounds and portraying them within this cultural cultural hot pot
There you go.
is really
Love a good hot
encouraging.
pot.
Love good hot pot. Everything contributes a little bit of something to its flavor. I'm hungry for hot pot now.
Me
Oh.
too.
I
Damn
think
it, Sam.
I think my personal superpower is constantly relating things to food. Which is really what I'm projecting onto Kong.
Yep.
That's my trauma projection. Food.
Foolish trauma, no.
I fully intended in the early stages of this game for this to be an eating tour game where you guys just the next plot point is motivated solely by getting another meal.
That's Kong's entire
Something else on
backstory.
the island.
That's why Takeda's the big the big NPC theme of just trying to get to the next meal. It's relatable, understandable, honest, even if the means of getting there aren't.
Also, map is now posted in the Discord, everyone.
Thanks. For anybody who wishes to view that map, please find yourself in the little, I don't know where the place is for this, but you'll find a little Discord button. You click that and then you join into the place we lovingly call the hot pot.
You joined the hot pot.
Here is our Willow link tree. If anyone needs it, you can find the Discord, our Twitter, our Twitch, and our merch all in one place.
It's true. And the merch is pretty sexy. There's going to be more stuff eventually as we release more episodes and it becomes thematically important. But for now, we got the Dilf hoodie, Mama Man Died Here, and just the very basic Hot Asian D&D with the cherry blossoms.
I will also be making some meme stuff here.
Amazing.
We do love a good meme.
Some
Very
really
good.
Can I just say, I thoroughly enjoyed that this episode was mostly double entendres and nothing else.
Yep.
Um,
I'm
it
so
was- it
sorry. I
was-
called Akemi a walking purse.
What
I didn't
what a
think about
wild.
it until I said it. Like,
We're-
oh no.
Are we bad people?
Since we're kind of on the topic, and really Akemi was such a core focal point of the series, I do want to ask, perhaps for myself and also for the viewers, Lily, do you want to share a little bit about like Akemi's social role, the job she does? Because I know that we kind of tiptoed around it, especially as Kong kind of was big dummy. But also because like that kind of cultural role is something that is not familiar to a lot of folks in a Western audience.
Right. So Chris used the layman's term of prostitutes.
The actual term, by the way, I Googled it while we were doing this, but the actual term I was going for is yujo, which a lot of people mistake as like a geisha, but yujo are sort of a separate thing.
Mm-hmm. You also have ginjo, and then you have geisha. And this is a big thing, like, at least for me, because that is part of my family's culture. Like, from way back. And I think, Chris, we've talked about this. But like in Japan and in the red light district, or whatever you want to call it, they're very like well regarded, well respected. Like back in the 90s when geisha and like these kinds of entertainers, they were more or less like companions for very well off people. And they've only been used of late as like prostitutes. But if you even look at some of like the period pieces for like some animes and stuff like that, they do kind of have like a reverence about the profession. Like, they are very well respected. They do know a lot of people, and like depending on where they are, they see some shit, basically. But yeah, they're more like an entertainer or a dancer or a musician than they are somebody that like sleeps around, I guess.
Right. Would courtesan be an appropriate descriptor here?
It is definitely a better word than the one I used, which I did so on accident, and I apologize for.
So courtesans are still like wealthy prostitutes. Hold on, let me pull this up because I actually have. Where is my D&D research folder? I can't find it. Okay. But like, it's a professional class of women. They play the shamisen. They're adept at dancing, singing, conversation, which is actually why I made Akemi a bard.
Right.
Because she would be adept at that kind of stuff.
Right. I think the alignment between bard and Yujo, right? Seems rather clear, I think, especially if you're like embracing that entertainer role first and foremost. Yeah, I think that's really interesting. Ideas of like being geisha of Oiran, although they are being more popularized in global media, are still very stigmatized, right? And even more so, rather concerningly fictionalized, right? But this was a thing that like real people did and were quite respected for, if this portrayal provides us any insight. Yeah, so really powerful storytelling and important histories there, especially kind of as we enter into this royal court almost.
I also do want to note, because I think we don't have the kingdom information available for everybody to look at right now, but Chris and I did talk about it very heavily, that this was not just a female profession. Like, men were also included in this.
Yeah.
Which is not in alignment with real world application.
Right. So in this case, it's a little bit of creative liberty. I don't know if that's the right like term to use here, but taking some of that
adaptation.
Yeah, taking some of that history and adapting it in a way that we find more honest, let's say, to the stories we want to tell.
Yeah.
Again, something that is really powerful and important, and we're going to see a lot of, especially as we continue through this campaign. Really powerful stuff, truly.
Good stuff, guys.
Sweet.
Let's see. Looking at chat, Spectrocrum asks if there are cultural inspirations about behind Kong's shifter powers. Don't worry about it.
Sir?
The real thing is, like, I think one thing that like really underlies a lot of my approach to this game is like understanding that all things are cultural, right? All things are reflective of like what we understand culturally, or what stories we grew up with, or what stories we are familiar with. And as like Asian folk, diasporic or otherwise, we tell stories from those backgrounds. It is not something that we can like divorce ourselves from. So, certainly there are plenty of things, I'm sure, intentional and unintentional, that draw from our cultural backgrounds. For Kong, as we get more into the story, I'm sure we'll find more that perhaps our audience will be familiar with or will relate to. And, cowboys, come on.
We love a good cowboy.
I think it's really funny. I love using the American Southern accent. It's awesome.
It's because Sam is a Western boy.
He's a contra boy.
That's part of it, but I was very this is specifically in choosing Kong's voice, I was thinking to myself, he's very much like a rural character, right? He's very much he's not a city lad. And I wanted to communicate that really clearly and say something about the region that he comes from in his character, right?
Mhm.
It would not make sense for him to come in with this upper class English accent. And understanding within the frame of the language we're speaking, because we're speaking common, but we're speaking English in this world, right? Or in the game we're playing, and understanding that the dialectic implications of the way we speak within the frame of English says more than just region, right? Says more than specifically the American South. So when Kong speaks in this American Southern accent, which I will admit is flaky, it's not, I'm not an accent actor, I will admit.
It is what we need it to be.
But it communicates something about his background that audiences who speak English can relate to and understand almost immediately.
Yeah.
Is he from Tejas? Is he from Texas? No.
Tejas.
That's true,
but-
Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Just
100%.
how Osaka dialect gets turned into a southern accent in a lot of English dubs. Kong's rural background, which I think is displayed pretty clearly in his behavior, also comes through in that voice. And I try to be really intentional with that.
You love a good Southern boy.
I love my boy. Oh,
We loved your country, boy.
he's so stupid.
It was big himbo today for sure. Oh my god.
It's okay,
I
we're all
sit here
kind of
and
dumb.
let the spirit of no thoughts, head empty, fill my body.
I think this episode was really good on terms of characterizing a lot of the party. Just getting a better idea than the previous two episodes of where these people come from and kind of what their general disposition is in any given scenario, and how much fucking Shiwa loves threatening Kata.
Listen,
She
the
was
mean mommy
called a
jumped
bully,
out.
and It was great.
He literally jumped out and be like, "Oh wait, no, pull it back a little." She
No,
doesn't
no.
like being mean.
Whatever gets the job done. I mean,
Is horrifying and it's awesome.
Telling ya, the
It's a
plus
beautiful
nine
thing.
intimidation.
We love our scary mother.
I love intimidation. I love intimidation charisma. It is so cool and fun. I think our party is really funny. With our two charisma casters and a guy with two hands.
when words fail, hands don't.
In the words
Violence is
of
the language that all people understand.
in the words of
Okay, Tadana.
my dear friend Shrek from Shrek the Musical.
Shrek the musical.
Yeah, Shrek the Musical, the best musical ever. Come on.
I'm not
When words
arguing. I'm just
fail-
that's where you're pulling reference from.
Yeah, when words fail, what will I do? And the answer is violence.
You know what? I need to start writing down these things so I can just turn them into meme shirts already.
Heck yeah.
I listen.
All else fails. What do
I
I
think-
do? I choose violence.
I think Shrek the Musical is prime content.
God.
If there's a lesson we wish to impart to you today, it's that Shrek the Musical is a good
if
musical.
if there's a lesson I can impart to you all today, watch Shrek the Musical. If you don't have time to watch Shrek the Musical, listen to the song When Words Fail. It is Shrek's kind of I want song. It's genuinely very powerful. It's so sweet, like, and super heart touching. I think my greatest failure in developing Kong as a character was not putting that song on his character playlist.
It's never too late.
I was gonna say
it isn't too late, but like I have a solid like vibe going with that playlist right now.
Incredible.
My pre-game like preparation for Hot Asian D&D is listening to that playlist on repeat during my morning jog, and then I show up here ready to like cowboy down.
Mine's is just screaming into the void. And on that note, thank you for listening to Hot Talk, everybody. Remember,
awesome.
What a way to end it.
Remember, Shrek the Musical is good. I'm sad. Follow if you haven't already. If you have followed, consider subscribing. If you have Prime, you can do it for free. All that money is great. If you've done all of those things, then please consider joining our Discord server where you can get notifications as to when we go live. We have a lot of great things in the works, and we'll be back on the 16th for the thrilling, I wouldn't say conclusion, but the rest of this heist. Any parting words? Lovely cast of mine.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Take care.
Disregard women, acquire currency.
Awful.
Oh my god!